As our new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team. Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in your hands. You can keep an eye on most things from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now. First up, an overview of the board. They're the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you. The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well. Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for the next Grand Prix, which will be the first of the season. As it's your first day though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass, but don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up. This is your calendar for the month. Pay attention to the events that have been marked. The race weekends have already been added for you. More events will get added as the season progresses. This is where you'll carry out your final preparations for the next race. We'll come back here later. One of my favourite places. This is where the car builds happen, and where we develop and store our car parts. Throughout the season, you'll want to make sure the team are working on upgrading components, and that both cars are being kept in good repair. You can also use car analysis to compare our car builds to other teams. To start a project now, you'll need to commit money and engineering time. You'll be able to improve our car builds beyond their current performance. There are 3 different types of projects the engineering team can work on. We can design a new car part for use this season, manufacture copies of existing designs, or undertake research and develop our expertise for next season. Are you sure you want to start a new project now? Okay, you want to get started with a design project. These are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house. Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car parts will have a greater impact than others. You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you see how our performance compares to that of all the other cars on the grid. Take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact the most. Pick one that impacts the ratings you want to improve. The team's expertise in making new car parts improves with experience, so each new design is likely to be better than an older one. Just make sure to check the new design against the one currently installed. Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project. If you assign some testing time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car part. Once you've taken a look, let's continue. You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance. F1 car parts are complex, and sometimes you'll have to sacrifice performance in one area to achieve gains in another. Over the season, we'll understand more about our car's performance, which will help you to guide the team's design focus. You can try altering the focus now if you like, or else stick with a balanced approach. When you're ready, continue with the process. As a final step before the team gets started on this design project, you need to decide how many engineers you want working on it. You should also decide what approach they should take. Bear in mind, these decisions will have an impact on the duration and cost of the project. When you're happy with everything, confirm the project and the team will get started. Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, you'll see the team have given you a delivery date for the design. Once it's complete, you'll be able to manufacture that part anytime. Continually designing new car parts is imperative to improving our team's performance and staying competitive on the track. Check out the car analysis area regularly to see how our cars compare to others on the grid. This is where you'll find relevant information on the team's drivers and reserve driver, including their performance ratings and contract details. You can also scout for new drivers to make sure we have the best driver pairing we can. It's not just the fastest car that makes a team the best in F1. It's the people doing the hard work behind the scenes. Manage your staff from here, from department heads to your pit crew, and keep up to date on their performance. From here, you can see all the team's facilities, from the staff buildings to the car park development centres. You can build new facilities or, if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones. Facilities affect all areas of our team's performance. Over time, facilities will degrade and become less effective, so keep an eye on their condition. When this happens, we'll need to look at refurbishing or even upgrading that facility to get back to maximum efficiency. Don't forget to check in with the board often. You can monitor board confidence levels, your available budget, and your progress towards a greater team rating from here. Here, you can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as understanding information on income and rewards, and the enforced spending caps we have to abide by. It's no longer your first day. We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. It's good to get in the habit of regularly checking that list. Let's take a look at what needs doing today. You have an alert in the top corner. There's an important email awaiting a response, so you should check your inbox when you're ready. Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn. I reckon that's a good decision. It should keep the team in high spirits anyway. Now that's dealt with, we can focus on our first Grand Prix of the season. The race weekend is still a few days away, so move forward when you're ready. There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your inbox for the race prep report on this weekend's circuit. Okay, you have all the information you should need. Let's head to race preparation to see if there's any remaining tasks for us to complete. This is your race preparation area, where you'll get the team ready for the upcoming race weekend. You can also find all the information you need on the circuit we're racing on here. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend is setting our performance targets. These help us generate more potential rewards for the team. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these, we'll gain extra revenue. Looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. If we can reach those targets, we'll get an additional payout, and it won't cost the team anything if we don't meet them. You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees. These are a risk, as we face a potential financial loss if we don't meet them. But if we do, we'll gain a much larger reward. Okay, if you want to offer a guarantee for this weekend and raise the team's potential rewards, now is your chance. You've done everything needed, and the team can't wait to get started. It's time for the first race of the season. You can take some more time to look around if you like. When you're ready, let's get this show on the road.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. The competition is on.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, So we're kicking off with free practice 1 as usual. Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue to the practice session. During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One action, with practice having finished and qualifying set to follow. There are no more chances to practice this weekend. It gets serious from now on in, as our teams prepare to record their best lap times ahead of tomorrow's race. One good lap isn't enough to guarantee a strong position, with consistency absolutely essential for those looking to succeed. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence. If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the weekend. Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds, and only the fastest drivers will advance each time. Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round though, just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day kicks off. Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next round of qualifying. The slowest 5 cars will be knocked out. Keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a car out on the track for its first run and see how it goes. Each car is fitted with a number of onboard cameras, so you can see the action as it happens. You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track and all the cars. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make sure to keep an eye on both of them. That's a decent time for a flying lap. Keep an eye on the standings throughout the session and try and keep the drivers out of the knockout zone. Right then, that qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now. I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend, but if you need to catch your breath, you can pause for as long as you like. Or, if things aren't moving fast enough for you, you can speed up a little.
Copy. Watch out, one line and pit limiter.
Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before we can send them back out. Let's go and take a look. The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling, so all you have to do is fit some fresh tyres. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound of the selected tyre. We want maximum performance during qualifying, so let's use a fresh, soft compound tyre. Soft tyres are the fastest in dry conditions. Confirm the configuration with the team when you're happy. Brilliant. The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round. The track will have more grip later in the round, but there will also be more traffic. It's up to you to decide when you want to send the car out. Whatever gets us through to Q2. managing pace will help you manage a car's tyre temperature and wear. Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Over time, tyre condition will fall, reducing their grip and performance, eventually leading to tyre failures and car retirement.
If you've got any pace left, it'll be good now.
Yeah. Pushing on, pushing on.
Yeah.
Lockup! We can take a look now. Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon. And yes, that's the lockup. The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
We could do with a bit more pace now if you've got it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, back off.
If a driver needs an additional performance push for a short time, they can adjust their ERS strategies and use any battery charge they have. There are 3 ERS strategies that deploy more energy than they harvest, but each use that energy for a different purpose. Overtake and defend are best for getting ahead of cars or for keeping them behind you. Deploy is the fastest strategy available. Harvest will Fuel commands allow drivers to manage their car's fuel consumption. Just keep an eye on your remaining fuel. If we run out, the car will be forced to retire.
Good entry.
Copy. Watch out, white line and pit limiter.
Can push through all corners.
Yep, okay. Yeah. Deploy. Copy. Yeah, P0, P0.
Okay, copy.
Okay, we're happy to push, happy to push.
Copy.
Use the rest.
Copy.
looks like we didn't make it through to Q2. Not great, but it's only the first weekend of the season. Plenty of time to improve.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. We've been having lovely clear weather, although there are a few clouds lurking. Hopefully they'll stay in check for the duration of the race.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to cope with the pressure? Let's find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Right then, time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a great time for us to get some early points under our belt. So let's stay focused and push hard. Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think carefully about when to pit and why. Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when we want the cars to pit. Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. Okay, strategy A is a fast but risky option, relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option, 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right, strategy C is a slower. If you think a different approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies, or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy during the race, so we can respond quickly to changing conditions and stay ahead of the pack. You should consider picking a different strategy for each driver. This gives us a chance to take advantage of in-race events and means we won't have both cars pitting on the same lap. That's both drivers with a set strategy in place. Right, let's head back to the preparation area and get this race started.
A partly clear night here. The drivers now lined up on the grid. Williams here. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. And then we've got alexalbon. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And we're just moments away now. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Let's close this gap.
Yes.
Okay, max saving, max fuel saving.
Yep, copy.
And a new position just gained by Williams. Let's see what happened there. Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon. Gaining a position there. Oh, they make it look so easy. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
You have the overtake.
Yep, copy.
Just do lift and coasting.
Copy.
You can afford to drop back.
Yep, copy.
Happy to use the overtake.
Okay.
Use DRS.
Williams there gaining several places in one go. Let's have a look. Now we see the Williams here. They've gained quite a few places there. Back in the garage, the team absolutely loved it. Up. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Copy.
Good job.
As the race progresses, remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy you put in place before the race. The strategy view will let you check your strategy, adjust it, or even change it entirely. The data view is also an important area to track during the race. It gives you a deep dive into race data, including lap times for all the team's drivers.
Push hard, happy to push hard.
Copy.
Leave core increase, please.
Copy.
Good job, good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Make sure you build some energy.
Copy.
They've locked up and gone straight on! Let's take a closer look. Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel. They've locked up, but that could have been much worse. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Remember, overtake is available.
Copy.
So watch DRS.
Copy.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Nice work.
During the race, you can use the strategy view to check on each driver's strategy and adjust them if need be. You can also check the strategy graphs to see how a car's tyre wear is matching up to the team's expectations. You can also use the car and track tabs to view more details about them.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
From the data view, you can see live data from the current session. Here we can see the latest lap and sector times for all drivers and an overview of their tyre conditions. Here you can also view how the current session could affect the drivers' and constructors' championship standings. There's plenty more to dive into with the data view, so make sure you spend some time exploring.
Let's reduce lifting close.
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing.
We're happy to push.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Reduce the lift angle.
Copy.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. Sounds like someone's locked up.
Okay, our driver has just entered the pit window. The pit window encompasses the laps that cover the planned pit stops in your strategy. This means it's nearly time to call the planned pit stop. Unless you think there's a reason to pit immediately, I always recommend sticking to the strategy and pitting on the optimal lap.
Go push.
Yes.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Right, let's talk tyres. Ultimately, it's your decision on which tyre. Once you've decided...
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Okay, box.
Up on the track. Seems to have been a lockup.
You can afford to drop back.
Got it.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place. And there's an overtake from Williams. I think we've had a car run wide.
Happy to increase pace.
Yes.
You have the overtake.
Copy.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
You're doing a good job.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. They've gone wide. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari. They've gone wide. They won't be happy about that. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see. And McLaren with a great overtake.
Full deploy.
Copy.
To use the overtake.
Okay, copy.
Check the DRS.
Yeah, sure.
Good job, good job.
McLaren gain a position. And there's an overtake from Williams. Looks like there's been a lockup. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. And a new position just gained by Williams.
Focus and push.
Copy.
Overtake is available if needed.
Copy.
Okay, reduce lift and coast.
Yep, okay.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Copy.
Just use the overtake.
Yep, copy.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Overtake is available if needed.
Yeah.
We look at reducing the lift and core.
Copy.
We want lift core, please.
Copy.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Copy.
So lift and coast level 3.
Copy.
And use overtake, use overtake.
Yep.
So watch DRS.
Copy.
Okay, so situation is you are P17. Situation is at your P18. P18. Reduce the lift and core.
Yeah.
job, good job.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
If you've got any pace left, it'll be good now.
Yes, okay.
Down. Yeah, copy.
Leave core increase, please.
Yeah.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Box this lap.
Yes, okay, box. Is that a lockup? Sounds like someone's locked up.
Box, box. Go push, go push.
Yeah, copy.
We look at reducing the lift and core.
Copy.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. We can take a look now. Now we see the Williams here. A bold move indeed, and with that, they've gained a position. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team.
We want to leave core, please.
Copy.
And your go push, go push.
Copy.
You can afford to drop back. Okay.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Copy.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Reduce the lift and co.
Copy.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Did somebody spin out there? Here's the replay. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez. They spun the car. What a disaster.
There's 3 laps left.
Roger.
Is everything okay?
Last lap.
Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner. Let's see what happened there. And Verstappen finishes first.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
It's really wonderful to see all the hard work they've been putting in paying off like this.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
The team's drivers gain experience over each race weekend, depending on their performance. With enough experience, your drivers will be able to improve their skills. That was a great opening weekend for our team. The board and our sponsors are pleased, and we've earned some extra money for our performance. You can see their response in more detail from the board menu. Take a look at what you can be doing before the next race weekend gets here. Our time is precious, and these moments between races are a good point to develop our team further. You should have an email from the engineering team over in the warehouse. Check it out. It might be something interesting.